Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan Battle video. So, I want to do a video just kind of like talking about Rose Goku Black. Well, Goku Black in general, I guess. It is actually one of my favorite characters in Dragon Ball. I thought, like, Goku Black just, like, his aura was so good. And, like, that was what really made me go, like, oh my god, like, Masako Nozawa is the GOAT. Like, just the GOAT. Right? She is ridiculous. So it looks as though we're going to be getting, probably, Goku Black and Zamasu, that will fuse into Fusion Zamasu. Based off of the line of, I guess, like dialogue that's in the recent teaser, it's what Zamasu says right before they fuse. So, I mean, tags are brand new. Seemingly the celebration with the team up cooperation event, which just dropped today, could be based around, you know, like kind of like team up characters. Goku Black and Zamasu would be huge for that. So I wondered this aloud, like, Goku Black does not have a very good history in Dokkan at this point. I mean, we're now going back a long time. Back when he first was dropping, he was very crazy. I've got all the relevant Goku Blacks pulled up. There was some discussion about this right here. So this was in a data download quite a while ago. This is June 2nd. I had there was some glitch. Let me see if the glitch is still going on. It was like I was in Silent Hill or something like that. So I was just trying to scroll down to the video, but right here, I got caught in a loop. Yeah, look, it's an infinite loop. What the hell? Bro, I'm in an infinite loop. Look, Million Arena, Major Fix coming. Scroll down a bunch. There it is again. Infinite loop. What is this? Bro, that's crazy, right? Bro, what is going on? Uh-oh. So anyway, I had to go into, that's why we got sort of everything by playlist, by the way. Sit down here, right? Very small data download from 3 weeks ago. I did talk about this in a video, right? Here on June 3rd. The thing with this, though, that I said is that this does mean something, but we can never, like, we'll have no idea when, right? Like I said, in this video, I said they could be working on Rose Goku Black that will come out in 2 years ago or towards the end of the year. We never know for sure. Last year, it was not the same exact thing as this, but last year there was a, like some updates to the Int Goku and Piccolo from, you know, the Garlic Jr. movie. And it, like, previously when we had seen that, the EZA would drop, you know, within a couple of weeks at max. And that was last August, and they still have not EZA'd. If the theme is like team up or whatever, they'll definitely EZA during this celebration. I think they probably will. That team up idea is probably what's going to happen. So we'll see. So, all right, let's jump in. Let's take a look at all of the Goku Blacks. This guy initially was a fight. This was a boss, right? Boss only. And then they made him a farmable character. Eventually once this bad boy dropped, right? So older Dokkan events would do that back when Elder Kais were very difficult to come by. You know, stage 1 would often be a place you could grind up their super attack, right? It happened with Fusion Zamasu, it happened with Goku Black, it happened with Buhan. There were several Dokkan event characters. Now this guy's initial release, I was on the game when this guy first came out, but I was not like the, you know, I don't know what to call myself now. You know, my knowledge was not really up to point back when this guy had dropped, right? So I don't really have much recollection or knowledge of exactly like how strong this guy was. The craziest thing is that they dropped this Dokkan Fest, right? He came out. The very next Dokkan Fest was the Dual Dokkan Fest with AGL Rose and Physical Vegito Blue. That was the very next Dokkan. There had to have been people who were so furious back then that, like, Goku Black, of course, they dropped base form Goku Black. You know, people would have been summoning like crazy. And then the very next banner's Rose. Now, this guy was absolutely dominant. I had so much fun using this guy's team back when he first came out. You know, him, having Buhan, Omega Shenron, like a lot of those types of villains just on one team together was so powerful and so much fun, right? This AJL Rose. So this guy was crazy elite back when he came out, and I thought his EZA was very good as well. When this guy got his EZA, he was quite strong. This, I mean, we're very likely, I would say, to see this guy super EZA during the celebration. This guy and Physical Vegito Blue. And man, oh man, could he be absolutely huge. He's already got that support built in, caked in right there. Man, this guy could be crazy. Also, by the way, presumably because of the fact that they go this Dokkan Fest into this Dokkan Fest, remember that this Goku Black was buffed on Global, and he had some higher stats, and they gave him this as well, right? His passive on JP was just the attack per key sphere. So they massively buffed him. Just one of the many 5,000 Global Ws. Even to this day, he's a little better on Global, because he has higher stats. And it's kind of the same thing with Super Saiyan Kaioken Goku as well. He's a little bit better on Global because he's got Fierce Battle, right? Like, it's, you know, Global... You know, they'll pretend that Global is, oh my god, like, it's like we're prisoners, victims of how bad Dokkan treats us, but throughout the history of Dokkan, I don't know, man, like, at this point, like, we could just, this Global W's left and right, dude, like, this guy's better on Global than he is on JP, right? So there's that. Then we get to this guy, so they turned around and dropped this guy pretty fast afterwards, right? This is the type of thing that would probably really would it really piss people off nowadays? I mean, I don't know. Like, we're getting future stuff 2 years pretty much after the last. There was one Dokkan Fest we've had in the last 2 years, right? And it's Physical Rose, who we're going to talk about in a second. That's the only Future Saga stuff we've had since the Future Worldwide Download Celebration in 2023. Right? 2 years of basically nothing, and people are still crying. Like, it's like, you can't... people are crying about Daima, people are crying about Daima not coming, people are crying about, like, future stuff after there's been none for 2 years. No matter what, like, we're not going to be avoiding the crying, right? But AGL Rose, this was what, November... Oh, I skipped over this. Oh, how did I do that? What? Okay, anyway. Well, sure, we'll talk about them first, and then we'll circle back around and talk about... Goku Black and Zamasu. So this guy was New Year's of 2017, him and Tech Vegito Blue. This guy was, I believe, November of 2016. So it's about a year later, they just redid it. Dual Dokkan Fest, Rose and Vegito Blue. They just went ahead and shot it out again. This guy was insane on release. Oh, man, I would love to search it up. I remember this was a banner that had issues. I couldn't even think what to call... Damn, it was like... If I put in 800 stones, does that bring it up? Is that what it is? Rank 800 achieved. Oh, look, there's LR Rose. Okay, we'll be talking about him in a second. Okay, so the banner... Maybe I type in refund, I could find it. Huh. Let's try refund. Let's see if refund brings it up. Yeah, damn, chat. Kind of a bummer. So STR Rose's... Oh, yeah, here's the global one. This was because, it was like, there was a blue Goku art that showed up instead of Sin Shenron for some players. And I remember Gold Players were really mad about that. Damn it, I can't find it. But STR Rose's banner. Oh, what if I put in STR Rose summons? What about this? Ah, 700 free stones. That's what it is. Okay. Yeah, people are really mad at this. I can't tell. I'd have to... Yeah, the dislikes flew in like crazy. So what happened is the banner had Dokkan Awakened Super Saiyan 3 Broly on it right here. And like I was streaming as soon as the banner went live. And I had like summoned like crazy. And then, yeah, there it is. I'm pointing it out. I got all of my stones refunded. So I go right into the gift box right here, and then I get my refunded stones. Man, imagine how fire it would be if something like this happened again. Oh, look at that loading. Oh, dude, the loading is way worse back then than it is now. That's crazy. 700, chat. Damn. That's a refund right there. That's just a cold-blooded refund. Damn. Look at this. People were so... I put 700 free stones in the title. Within the first minute, I grab them out of the gift box. And they were mad at me. Come on, bruh. Anyway. Yeah, this guy was super good when he dropped. He was really, really good. Now, I mean, I guess we could talk about EZAs and super EZAs for these characters, too. I mean, we, of course, have to. This guy's EZA, to me, felt very underwhelming. 2022 is an interesting year in that, really, the first half of the year, all of the characters almost were really not that good, right? Outside of a couple of exceptions, Majin Vegeta became good once Vegeta and Trunks came out. LR Golden Frieza was always good, right? Like, but a lot of them were just not really that good. This guy's EZA... I remember, like, trying to cope for him bad, but he was iffy. He was not what he should have been. This character's EZA, I am searching my brain. I don't remember much about him. I think I liked him, but wasn't the craziest. Super EZA Goku Black was interesting. He has one of the worst mechanics a character can have, which is get hit to get defense. Some runs, this guy was super good because he was a nice orb changer for the Super Bosses team. But, like, sometimes things could go not as good, getting him his hits and stuff like that, and he could get walloped. He was very important for, like, the Super Bosses team, and if you wanted to try and use LR, Broly, Chia, and Lemo, right, to generate orbs for them. But this guy was a little hit or miss. Some runs he was great, some runs he would just get you killed instantly. But he had some decentness to him. Again, this guy's EZA is pretty good. We talked about that. This guy's EZA, I would say no, not very good. Unfortunately, but his original release, he was a god, of course. Then this character, this is the reason the current account I play, I started to get this character back in June of 2017. They were obviously one of the strongest characters in the game at the time. The original Yellow Coin LRs were so crazy, but remember that the original Yellow Coin LRs, the thing about them, is that they were so crazy, but they were so hard to get. This was a character who he was just dumped onto a banner unfeatured. So in order to get this guy, you had to pull him unfeatured from the banner, which is just, it's crazy to think about, right? Like, but he was obviously very, 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 very good. And then on EZA, I felt like they were pretty strong right away when they EZA'd, but they aged fast. But this was a powerful character. It's one of those things too, the similar thing. When you have to get hit to get defense, it could be very iffy, for sure. Very iffy. Looking at this character, man, they could be interesting with a super EZA. This is a lot of these characters, by the way. We could see super EZA or get something during this celebration, by the way. This one would be very interesting, too. This one and this one, or this one right here. These two together might be runnable characters with, you know, the new tag Goku Black and Zamasu. Could be very, very soon. So there's that. Once this was kind of like the good era of Goku Black. After this, I mean, we just, plummet. All right. So this guy was, very iffy when he came out. His EZA is one of the worst EZAs ever. Just, comically bad, right? people... it is so funny. People get mad about every character that comes out these days, even though most of them are actually quite good. But, we don't really get shit like this too often, right? This is a Dokkan Fest EZA, and he was just so horrible, this guy. I don't, have we had even one character as bad as this guy's EZA this year? Let me just take a glance. I'm sure people would say Tien, Tien is okay. It's not, he's not on that level of Int Goku Black. I don't think so. Nothing in there, no. I mean, I'm really not a fan of him, but, he's certainly better than that Int Goku Black EZA. He's not on that level. Yeah, we don't, I'm not a fan of them, but, they're not, oh my god, the worst thing ever released. Yeah, we don't really. The only character I would target this guy as, a similarly, truly offensive design. I will never understand this. This is the worst, part of a passive we've seen in quite some. This is so bad. That's just crazy, man. Yeah, but this guy he was on a different level of bad. So he was kind of a fumble. By the way, this animation, I mean, is now, I mean, we look at this and we can now say this is a shit animation, right? Like, this guy, like, that Rosé transformation, oh my god. I would hope it's going to be the intro of this character. You start out with Goku Black, intro is him going Rosé, right? And then Zamasu shows up on, like, turn 4. Damn, that would be so fire. This is just a World Tournament card. I don't know that we really need to talk about this guy. This was, what, November of 2018? And this guy's SSR came out in March of 2019 on JP, but just a World Tournament character, not really a big deal. We can look at this guy. This is one of the 5th anniversary characters. I guess this technically was the first LR EZA, right? This guy right here. Which was actually, like, very exciting. Back then, like, this guy would like, some of those early EZAs just were kind of exciting, but nowadays, it's obvious it was, like, really crappy. I mean, you look at his base, like, 59% attack and defense after EZA, like, he got 9% right there, right? Like, he got 1 additional key from getting hit. Like, you know, his build up is 50%, and it went to 59%. Like, they gave him so little buffs when he EZA'd. The EZA was mostly pointless. But this could be interesting if they would retry this idea, maybe as, like, a banner unit or something like that. This Zamasu Goku, you know, right as Zamasu makes the wish with Super Shenron to get Goku's body. I would love for them to redo this. But yeah, I mean, this guy ended up not being... It was very exciting back then, but I mean, I don't know about how good he is. The answer is not very, right? Remember, one little interesting little quirk here, too. Zamasu's SSR is a super class unit, and his TUR and LR are extreme class. But that's just a little funny quirk about this character, right? Can I? Yeah, here, if I Z-Awaken... No, that doesn't show it. Well, it does. It shows it right there, Super STR. Right, yeah. So if we do that, Super STR, then Extreme. Just a silly little quirk about this unit. So, all right, there's that. Then we get to this guy. I feel like I've disagreed with people actually quite a bit. I thought on release, this guy was, like, on par with the 5th anniversary Blue Fusions. Like, he would just come out and he could wallop the bosses. Certainly key would be a large thing with him, though. He would have needed help to get a lot of key. If he got it, he would be able to drop the hammer. I actually like this EZA quite a bit, too. People hated everything in this era of 2023, though, because it's like, they weren't just dropping characters who were dominating Red Zone Fusion Zamasu, so people just immediately hate every single character. This guy was at least able to give you a little bit of value in the, Supreme Magnificent Battle Broly Super Bosses mission, right? Like, him having this, like, kind of like team protector mechanic. Like, if you were able to get this off, he could get you through. I like the ZZA. On release, he was really, really strong. Like, somewhere in, like, a top 5-ish level. In hindsight, I mean, Kale and Khalifa were probably better than all of the 5th anniversary LRs, but, I mean, this guy was up there. He was really good, but... I mean, even if this guy was really good, we're talking about February of 2020. Dude, 10 years ago. Then this guy, he was okay-ish as a nice little support. They could give this guy an EZA right now. He could be pretty good, potentially, right? Like, that's why people are, like, excited about, like, the obsession with, like, how the community discusses EZAs, right? Like, it's like, we're like, oh my god, there's all these EZAs they could do. We'll see if they're going to do all of them. At bare minimum, they got to give us AGO Rosé, Physical VB. They'd have to do this character as well. And that puts us at a good start. If they EZA this guy too, that would be really good. Because we would then potentially be able to run, like, a full, like, Goku Black / Zamasu team at that point. Like, if the main card was really good, even, like, LR Tech Fusion Zamasu might be, like, vaguely runnable as, like, the 6th character on the team. Maybe. I mean, we'll see what it's going to be like, but could be interesting. But this guy, remember, is a support. He also does have this bullshit, though. Hopefully they'll change this when he EZAs, and they could make it to where he gets attack when he's hit, and he gets defense when he attacks. That's... Having to get hit to get defense just doesn't really work that well, though. It's terrible. It's pretty bad. And then this guy. I hate him. What is this? Oh, this is nothing. I not really a fan. On global, he was definitely King Kong because he came months and months and months early and before the 9th anniversary content as well. But him and that Super Bosses team, they were pretty iffy. Like, it's just, I don't know. Because the Super Bosses team was a bit of a mess in that the best, like Broly and like Cell Max and LR Jiren and eventually ended up being like the best characters on the team. But like LR Jiren and Broly didn't have big bad bosses, right? Like Rose had big bad bosses, Cell Max had big bad bosses. Like it just became like a little frustrating getting the two of them together. This guy unfortunately was also a victim of they dropped him once they started spamming damage thresholds on every boss. No clue why they did that. But like his whole point is that he'll do a bunch of like normal attacks, right? And then he powers up. Like it's a very fun design, but power-wise, at this guy I felt like did not quite hit it. And then remember they just straight up slightly adjusted his kit / slightly buffed him when he dropped on JP too. It was very, very goofy stuff. So, all right, yeah, but basically the end result that we're looking at here is that Goku Black is actually a very disrespected character in Dokkan history, right? Like, considering going all the way back to 2016, you know, we have not had that much respect for Goku Black. So, I mean, I am really hoping... to me, I feel like they could and probably should have Goku Black and Zamasu be the Dokkan Fest, and Vegito Blue could very easily be the Carnival, because I think that would work very well, right? And then we do badly need like an overwhelming villain leader skill character. We definitely do. So hopefully we'll see that. Hopefully this tag Goku Black and Zamasu will be crazy. I do have pretty high hopes. And also I'm very excited to potentially be able to really have Scythe Rose dominate. Ultra Rose Goku Black is so much fun in Legends. I'm looking for something like that. Yes, for Dokkan.